OK, thanks very much for now. Aruna Iyengar there for us at St Pancras. Thank you. Let's get more now on the conflict in the Middle East. As we've been mentioning, the ground operations in Gaza are driving tens of thousands of people to flee. The UN is also warning that the volume of aid reaching the territory remains woefully inadequate. We can speak now to Juliette Touma, who's Director of Communications for the UN humanitarian agency UNRWA. And we're also hearing from our colleague in Jerusalem about these reports of the concerns about all the disease spreading among the displaced people in Gaza. What can you tell us about that, first of all?
Yes, thanks for having me. Look, it's not going to be a very big surprise if diseases are going to spread faster than they are right now. We've already warned about the impact of the siege on the health of the population in Gaza. And this is largely due to the unsanitary living conditions, especially in the shelters. We have 70 people sharing one toilet. We have the same for showers. There's not much hygiene supplies. The living conditions are very, very difficult.
And just in terms of your facilities, you have so many people, and I think it's more than 1 million people are now living in UNRWA facilities, aren't they? But so many of your facilities have also been hit, haven't they?
Yeah, we have right now 1.4 million people living in our facilities across the Gaza Strip. The facilities in the north are becoming crowded by the hour because people continue to come in. They're absolutely full. And so people have started taking refuge in areas outside these facilities, including in parks, in the open. Many are sleeping in their cars. Our facilities, yes, they've been hit. We have recorded 180 hits on our facilities. Some were directly hit. And as a result of those hits, at least 300 people who were sheltering in these facilities got killed and around 1,000 were injured.
Now, can you just tell me a bit more about where these people that aren't in your facilities are staying in terms of, you say they're out in the open, where are they sleeping?
At least 400,000 people are just out there. They also depend on UNRWA assistance because they're taking refuge in the vicinity of our facilities. And they're either in open areas, they're on the street. Some have set up like little shacks with a plastic sheeting. Some are sleeping in their cars. When I was there, it had just started, and then colleagues who continue to be in Gaza, they say that they open the window and all they see are just rivers of people everywhere.
In terms of the aid distribution and the amount, I mean, obviously we know that many agencies are saying how difficult it is to get in terms of the amount just isn't enough. But in terms of the amount that is getting in, what is the distribution like of that? Because obviously it's so hard to travel around Gaza, isn't it? So how far into Gaza is the aid getting?
Yes, very, very challenging to distribute the very little aid that is coming in. So after it comes in, we also have restrictions on our movement, for example, to the north. Then what happened just a couple of days ago when Israeli forces shot at one of our humanitarian convoys after it had finally reached the north, delivered assistance there. We also have the huge number of people who are depending more and more on assistance from UNRWA and other UN agencies, and it is very difficult to keep up. The markets are almost hermetically closed, so there is no commercial supplies coming in, which makes the humanitarian operation even more complex. There's telecommunications cut quite often. It's probably become one of the most complex and difficult humanitarian operations for us right now.
Where are people getting their water from?
Well, it depends. First of all, and there is very little water available. There's a couple of pipelines that are coming via Israel through the public network. And there's also bottled water that we're managing to bring in. Fuel is absolutely critical for that because that puts fuel into things like pumping stations and desalination stations where people can get water.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Juliette Touma there from the UN agency UNRWA. Thank you.
Thank you.